Hey guys, so this is just a little video about what happens when we start adding and subtracting negative numbers. So there is going to be a rule that I'll introduce in a second, and it'll be really easy to understand once we go through the examples below. So first, I'd just like to bring your attention to the little definition that I've written up here. So when adding or subtracting negative numbers, we need to look at the operations. So that means we just need to look at all of the black symbols that I've written in the middle of these equations here, because that will tell us what we need to do. And it's the best and easiest way to work out problems that involve negative numbers. Okay, so I will show you what that means in a second. First of all, I'm going to go to the 3 plus negative 4. So what I'm going to do is every single time I have an equation like this, I put a box around the signs, because that box then tells me, look at that, Miss Hodge, because that's what I need to focus on. So this question's asking me 3 plus negative 4. So essentially what I need to think about is my negative's actually really strong and it's overpowering that positive. So when you have a positive and a negative symbol, it actually just means a negative symbol. So it's going to override the positive. So this question is actually asking me 3 take away 4. Now, from yesterday, we know that to work out the difference with negative numbers is to swap them. So I just need to think about, well, what's 4 take away 3? It's 1, but now I need to put a minus in front of it. So my answer is negative 1. I can prove it to you on a number line. So if I've got a little number line here, there's my number 3. I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get to 0, and then I'm going to take away 1 more, and I'm going to get to negative 1. So that's just an example of me showing you on a number line, as well as doing the inverse operation that we talked about yesterday. I just want to squeeze these together so that they look a bit tidier, but that's going to move everything. I don't know why it does that every single time. I'm still getting used to this app, but that's okay. Let's move on to the next question. So here I have got 7 plus positive 5. Now, when we write the number 5, I don't need to put a positive sign in front of it all the time because I know what it is. But for this case, I've written positive 5 so that we know what it is worth. And you'll see in a second that it actually doesn't matter if it's there or not, because 2 positives make, I'm going to run out of room, 2 positives make a positive, okay? And so that's essentially just saying, what's 7 plus 5, Miss Hodge? 7 plus 5 is 12. So there's nothing complicated going on there. My symbols stay exactly the same, okay? Because I know 7 plus a regular 5 is 12, so nothing changes there. I'm just going to rub out some stuff, guys, because it's not doing what I want it to do. It's a bit messy. Okay, that's enough. Looks all right. Okay, cool. So down the bottom to 10, take away positive 4. So getting my pen back up. Now, if we remember what we did for the first question, what does a plus and a minus turn into? Turns into a minus. The minus is really strong and it overpowers it. So this is actually saying 10 take away 4. All right, so now my equation is 10 take away 4. The answer is 6. My gosh, I was looking at the 12 and I was like, eh. Awesome. So hopefully we're making sense. Don't worry, we've got a couple more to go through and you'll be able to see the operations used again. So now I'm over here at 3 plus negative 13. So let's come back over here. A plus and a negative makes a negative. So this is actually asking me 3 take away 13. Now I can do the number line like I did before, or I can do the switcheroo And I can say, well, 13 take away 3 is 10. Therefore, the 3 dots always mean therefore. It's just something I learned in school. Therefore, 3 take away 13 must be negative 10. Every single time, okay? You just swap them around and you put a negative in front of it. So my answer to this question is negative 10. Okay? If I'm going too fast, you can pause this video at any time. That's the whole point of a video. All right. Down here it's 17 plus negative 5. Again, the negative is super strong, so it turns into a negative. So now this question's asking me what's 17 take away 5? It's 12. No switcheroos, no switcheroo required here because we know the answer is 12 because we're great at maths. Last one, this is going to be the one that explodes. Okay, when you have two negatives, just like in magnets, they do not like each other. So two negatives together, they actually make a positive. I'm going to do that in red pen and I'm going to do it in the middle. So two negatives, when they're in the same equation and they're right next to each other, that makes a positive. So 6 take away negative 4 actually turns into 10 because it's 6 plus 4. So a positive and a positive stays positive. So that's any equation where pluses are involved because that's plussing a regular number. So, and then the next one, plus and minus, or plus and negative. The negative overrides and it turns into a minus or a negative. A negative plus something turns into a negative. And lastly, the two negatives, they clash and they do something completely different and they turn into a positive. This one might be really hard to remember because you've just got to think two negatives, they separate, they cannot get together, and so they turn into a positive.